I mean, I looked at this thing and I just went, oh my God.
Spokane Valley apartments engulfed in flames. Renters say it's the worst thing they have ever seen.
The weather's looking pretty nice for this week, but our air quality, well, not so much. I'll let you know what to expect as we start off the work week.
A local veteran is spending his days meeting with people who live on the streets.
More than anything, I want my existence to not be criminalized.
This morning, a look at our homeless community through his eyes.
2 preteen girls are fighting in a cage match in Spokane next week. We want your take. Head to the KREM 2 app and tell us what you think the age limit should be for MMA fighting.
The Seahawks won a thrilling game against the Buccaneers. How the Hawks took the win in overtime.
Up with KREM starts right now with Jen York, Evan Narani, and Dina Marie McNichol.
5 a.m. now on our Monday morning. Well, this past weekend might have been our last time seeing the Mississippi Mustache suit up as starting quarterback for the Jacksonville Jaguars, at least for a while.
Yeah, former starter Nick Foles will be returning from injury by the Jaguars' next game. Minshew sadly did not have the greatest game on Saturday. He had 4 turnovers on the Jags' last 4 possessions.
Well, shucks. Hey, but he started out pretty strong, so you know what? We all have our days, right?
Yeah, Halloween's
nowhere to go but
passed.
up.
Everyone's had their
I was
costumes.
going to say, yeah, he inspired a lot of costumes.
Exactly. I feel like that's all that matters, right?
Absolutely.
The costumes were great, guys.
Well, welcome to Up with KREM to start your work week. Great to have you with us this morning. Yeah, Halloween weekend and the first full weekend in November.
That's right.
Yeah. How was it?
Well, weather was great.
It was
I mean,
beautiful.
it
Not going
was
to freeze anymore?
No, and like right now we're above freezing, which is a great thing. That's rare, right?
We're all excited about
I know,
that.
we're like, wow, guys, we're above freezing right now. We're going to stay above freezing. Weather looks like it's going to be dry all the way through the week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How about that?
Right? Okay, so here's a live look outside right now as we start off our Monday morning. You can see we are going to at least be seeing the sun come up slightly earlier because of that time change. We'll talk about your sunrise and sunset, but we do only have about an hour and a half before the sun comes up. A few weak disturbances making their way through North Idaho right now. Those will be done as the sun comes up, but we do have now an air stagnation advisory. That is thanks to, of course, stagnant air, overnight temperature inversion, a lack of wind, rain, snow, all of the above. So this right now extends through 9 a.m. on your Tuesday. It will likely be re-extended after that if we continue to see moderate to poor air quality. 12-hour forecast looks like this. We've got 51 degrees by this afternoon. That will likely be the afternoon high that we've got in store. Skies are going to stay dry for the day, but clouds are going to mix in and out. Through the rest of the week, we're just kind of sticking with this trend of upper 40 and low 50 degree temperatures for the most part. Again, next chance for any wet weather does not come until about Friday. I'll send things back to you guys.
All right, Evan, thank you. Last week we were talking about stagnant weather, kind of building pollutants in our area. Well, the big story this morning, the air quality in the inland Northwest is some of the worst in the nation. Coeur d'Alene and the surrounding areas are ranked unhealthy today. Now, if you live in North Idaho, you should skip your morning run this morning, according to experts. Now, these conditions are expected to continue through at least tomorrow. 5:03 now. Well, days after an apartment fire destroyed several homes, neighbors are saying it was the worst thing that they have ever seen. Nicole Hernandez is in the newsroom this morning to introduce us to one of those neighbors. Good morning.
Good morning, Jen. The fire destroyed 6 homes and left even more people without places to stay, including John Richardson. He said the fire was unbelievable. Now we have a live look of what the complex looks like right now. There is still a lot of damage in that area. The fire was so bad that the American Red Cross actually opened a shelter for people who needed a place to stay. Nobody ended up needing the shelter, but at least 6 homes are inhabitable.
It was actually unbelievably horrible. I mean, I saw this thing and I know the people, and I feel badly for them.
Luckily, Richardson's apartment didn't have too much damage, but the fire did start in one of his neighbor's homes. He said if first responders hadn't gotten there so quickly that it could have been much worse. At this point, we don't know when repairs will be finished on the apartments, but the complex said everyone whose apartments burned has renter's insurance and has a place to stay for now. I'll send things back to you.
All right, Nicole, thank you for that. Well, let's kick off your morning rush. Tomorrow is the last day to turn in your ballots. Spokane voters will decide on the city's next mayor, city council president, and other measures. So far, nearly 30,000 ballots have been returned. That's about 21%. All mailed-in ballots must be postmarked by tomorrow, or you can put your ballots in one of the city's 24 drop box locations. We do have a list of where to find them on our election guide. You can find that on KREM.com. Researchers at the University of Washington are warning against DNA testing services. They found websites like GED Match, which attempts to connect potential relatives from DNA sequences, are vulnerable to multiple types of security risks. Now, for instance, someone could extract parts of someone's DNA record to create fake genetic profiles and impersonate a relative. GED Match told UW researchers they are working to resolve these issues. Well, you can now buy a permit online to cut down a Christmas tree from some national forests in Washington. These permits are valid at the Okanagan-Wenatchee National Forest, Mount Baker-Snoqualmie National Forest, and the Gifford-Pinchot National Forest. Christmas tree permits cost $5 each. Spokane Arena is set to make a big concert announcement this morning. It's expected to be a legendary entertainer. This is part of the arena's 25th anniversary season. We'll bring you the announcement this morning on the CW22 at 7. And that'll do it for your morning rush. More news in less time. Let us know what's happening in your neighborhood by using the hashtag #UpWithKREM.
5:06 now on our Monday morning. Well, these two MMA fighters might make you do a double take. They're both 12 years old, and they will be competing next week at Conquest of the Cage at Northern Quest Resort and Casino. Dana Marie McNichol is live now in the studio to tell us about the backlash we're seeing this morning on social media. Good morning.
Good morning, Jen. Well, these two girls have been fighters since they were about 3 years old. One of the one of those girls are from Seattle. The other is from Belgium. There is a lot of controversy surrounding this fight since these girls are so young. And this morning we want you to weigh in. How old should kids be before being allowed to be MMA fighters? You can weigh in on the KREM 2 mobile app. Right now, 100% of you are saying 18. It's still really early, so let's get the conversation going. So the MMA trainer and fight promoter Rick Little says he is not allowing this fight as a spectacle, but is allowing it because it is an equal playing field. Both girls are the same size, have the same experience, and are obsessed with this sport. So tons of you sounded off on the KREM 2 Facebook page this weekend. Our viewer Lynette says this is no different than any other contact sport. She thinks if the girls want to participate, then they should be allowed to compete. And Amanda says she doesn't see a problem with this. She wrote, some kids play soccer or football. These girls like MMA. She thinks this will be the first of many competitions for girls. But many of you did disagree, like our follower Vanessa. She wrote, I don't care how long they've been training or how excited they are to do this. They're just children. So make sure to let us know what you think by weighing in our live poll on krem.com/vote or in our KREM 2 mobile app. We'll send it back to you, Jen.
All right, Dana Marie, thank you so much. It is 5:08 now. Well, so they say, no good deed goes unpunished, or in this case, unnoticed. So according to a survey from clothing company Pact, millennials perform more good deeds than any other age group, and ranging from sending a kind text to picking up trash or comforting a friend in need. Millennials will go out of their way to help others.
Well, you might think being stressed causes you to spend more money, but a new study says the opposite. According to the study titled, Who Are the Scrooges? Emotionally stable and less stressed people tend to spend more money during the holidays. The study contributes overthinking to being a factor of not spending as much, no matter how you are feeling emotionally. How about that? Not that we're saying we should let your mood dictate what you spend in the holiday season, because, right, you want to buy presents for those you love and those you care about.
And I guess that also kind of plays into, maybe if you're just feeling good going into the holiday season, whether it's financially or emotionally, then you're going to be more inclined to be willing to get more gifts for people, for yourself, and spend more of that money. If you're stressed out, you're probably not even thinking about,
That's true.
Presents.
Yeah, I don't know. I like the time it takes that you put in to find the best gift for someone, something that you think that they're really going to like or just going to make a difference in their life. And at that point, for me, it's like money is a second thought. It's the thought of giving it is a better payoff.
And if anything, it's just kind of finding that perfect gift that feels good regardless of the price. And it's always better when you can find something that's sentimental and perfect and it's still in your price range.
Yeah,
right?
You're like, score.
The second part is important too.
Exactly.
Truth be told.
We're all on a budget. All right, 5:09 now. Well, your next job interview could be with artificial intelligence hiring systems. After the break, we're connecting the dots on the future of job hunting.
And coming up in the next half hour, the Seahawks are coming off a big win this morning. At 6, how the Hawks took the win in overtime and what we can expect for the next big game against the 49ers.